I don't know what the is going on with Drake and Kanye West. And the reason I tie it together is because I have to assume that Kendrick and his team was like, yo, man, this, I'm tired of waiting. Let's get to work. Ladies and gentlemen, you have locked into Rap Life. We're going to talk to Low Key. We're going to talk to Nadeska. What are the most important conversations that are going on in hip-hop right now, as well as run through some of the hottest songs on the playlist. So y'all keep it locked right here. This is Rap Life. I think we gotta start with the latest in the Drake and Kanye thing over the weekend. It started with a Trippie Redd song featuring Drake, where it definitely sounds like Drake was going at Kanye West. And then what happened after that?
Trippie Redd and the Drake collaboration drops. A couple lines were aimed at Kanye, calling Kanye old, and to call, saying get over the beef or whatever the case is. And then a text message, mysterious text message, which was allegedly shared between Kanye, Drake, Virgil, Pusha. There was maybe 7 or 8 other people in the text. I don't know who was saying what. It was one message that was being said about, I live for this. I've been dissed by. I didn't know. There's still no clarification of who.
Can I stop you? Can I stop you for a second?
Right.
Didn't we hear weeks ago when Kanye was doing the stadium rollout and the stadium Kanye West experience, the Cirque du Soleil art installation thing? Didn't we hear that Drake and Kanye were good?
This is what I'm confused about. I know this started from one of your tweets, and then Karen Seville, who's, industry insider, respected source, she jumped in and said Kanye and Drake are friends now, so that there would be no issues with them trying to drop albums on top of each other, that there's no more beef. I don't know if you responded to her tweet at that time. Did you believe it?
I did. I was kind of, skeptical about it because, I just don't know. You don't know where their relationship lies. You don't know in regards to music, who's heard what or who's saying what. And after that tweet, we got a lot of flack and people were starting writing stories about it. Again, I was just, shooting making a joke. It'd be funny if Drake dropped the same day as Kanye. Obviously, we don't know if that's going to happen. I don't have any inside information about it. Karen chimed in and said he wouldn't do that. They're cool now, blah, 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 blah. Now, fast forward to the last couple of days, obviously we're seeing that's not true, or there's something that maybe reignited these issues. And I tweeted the other day, I'm like, Kanye and Drake both need to stop because Lord knows when the hell we're going to get Kanye's album, because he's doing this rollout tour and it's a, 50,000 people listening session. He keeps changing the dates. He keeps adding on to the listening sessions. Keep changing the album. Then Drake is making his little stabs on feature verses. He said the album is done, but we haven't gotten a release date. It seems like everything is being circled around everything but the music.
As you pointed out, Lo, this is everything except the music. Where are the albums? Where are the songs? Where is the music? So clearly, if we take what Karen Civil said and at face value, and these guys are good, air quotes, good as they're ever going to be or as good as they could be, factoring in their sensitivities, both of them, and their personalities, it's clearly that they're using each other for this rollout moment, whether they are doing it, with vitriol for one another or doing it just baiting in and trolling the social media audience. However you want to position it, whether they're good or not, they're clearly using one another to promote in this moment. But we have not gotten the music, which starts to be concerning because you're like, yo, why is this taking so long? In the midst of all of this, Kendrick Lamar sets himself apart from the pack.
Mm-hmm.
Now, people are going, what's Kendrick have to do with Drake? And what's Kendrick have to do with Kanye? Mm-hmm. I believe, and information I have from record label folks and A&Rs and people who work in the industry, that all of the top tier talent knows when the other top tier talent is putting out their material. Like, we've heard of these things where people put their albums on hold for this one to get a date or move their date for this one. So I have to assume, not that Kendrick is necessarily paying attention to their specific date, but I'm sure that he knows that Kanye's talking about putting out a record or Drake's talking about putting out a record, whatever it is. In this moment, Kendrick Lamar decides to just cut through the muck and just says, yo, not only will you hear from me soon, but I have my future planned. I won't be putting out albums with TDE any longer. This is my last album with TDE. So not only is he telling you, A, I'm putting out an album on TDE and it's my last one, he's also telling you that I plan to put out more albums in the future without TDE. And there's some other work there that's going to be there. And Kendrick is reliable. When he appears, he usually stays around for a release date that is reliable, a tour that is reliable. We know Kendrick is performing at the, what is it called? The day?
Day in Vegas or whatever. It's a Vegas festival. I know
in
that.
November or something like that, October, November, whenever that is. So we know that's happening. So between now and November, we know we're getting Kendrick Lamar. I don't know what the is going on with Drake and Kanye West. And the reason I tie it together is because I have to assume that Kendrick and his team was like, yo, man, this, I'm tired of waiting. Let's get to work.
I don't think they give a I honestly don't think that they saw all the that's going on between Kanye and Drake and said, this is the prime opportunity for us to come to the forefront and cut through the bullshit. He's even said in that message that, he was off social media. He didn't have his phone for months. So I don't think he's aware of what the is going on between these two, or about their albums, or about the singles, or about the beefs. I literally think because he's not of that caliber. He does not, when it comes down to addressing, it's going to be in the music and that's it. Whatever he addresses or whoever he addresses. So these new thoughts, if that's the title of the album or whatever it is, this album sounds like, it's going to be addressing his life over the past couple years about the things he's going through. I don't think his music
is going to be about any of this.
Yeah, but the timing of it would be incredible. I think you're right that Kendrick is not necessarily caring about this back and forth, but I'm sure his team is privy to what's going on and they probably keep him informed. So it wouldn't be too surprising if someone just strategic on his team is like, look, now is the perfect time. Like to Ebro's point, while these two are bullshitting, going back and forth.
People in the industry have speculated for years that Kendrick don't with Drake.
That's true.
That's been a speculation for a long time. And so, and not saying he's doing this because of Drake or doing it because of Kanye, but I'm saying it's happening to Kendrick has officially set himself apart from the pack just by putting out a message that was clear at a time when people aren't clear. That's all I'm saying.
Kendrick has always done that. Kendrick has always been clear and been separate from the pack. This is nothing new. It's just the timing of it makes it very peculiar. But Kendrick has always been that caliber of artist. I'm not gonna. So let me go on record for sure, and let me go on record and say Kendrick has solidified and clarified once again why he is the preeminent, dominant A-list rap artist of that generation. Well, and furthermore, what concerns me in all of it, going back to Kendrick having a clear thought, clarity, and it's what seems like a plan, a fairly solid one in its beginning stages. What concerns me is you have Kanye fishing for this rollout thing. This streaming thing has evolved, and he's kind of like it's happening in real time, but I don't know if he has a landing point. Like where are you going with this, right? Like it's like he's making it up as he goes along, which maybe that was the plan. Who knows? But also you have Drake, who's been telling us about an album for almost a year now, right? That sounds problematic. It sounds like these two individuals are looking for a way to double dutch, that kind of like that hesitation, like when to go to get back into the game. I mean, and it seems like they're unsure of themselves, both of them.
Really?
I think I can't lend that to Drake, maybe Kanye, because a lot of this stuff is happening on the fly. He's taking back the album, adding things to it, so on and so forth. He did that with Pablo, but we got Pablo. when it came out. Drake, as we all know, had surgery on his leg, and the album was supposed to come out, during, I think, January 2021, but then he got injured. So a lot of things, the rehabilitation, the coming back to good form, it affected him recording, traveling. So I'm going to lend that to the reason we don't have this body of work yet. I would assume that is the reason. Because when Drake is ready, it comes.
Well, how about this? So I'm going to say this. I've had 5 knee surgeries in my life.
Right.
And you still dropped your albums on time?
Yeah, you're still dropping your albums?
I was still at work when I needed to be there. And B, it didn't take me 9 months to recover.
But are we really questioning that Drake has the music ready?
You're not a musician.
Especially considering Drake is not going on tour because it's a pandemic. And B, he's not a professional athlete.
Okay, all right, okay. Very solid points. Very, very solid points. Very solid points.
He doesn't have to play. He doesn't have to play tomorrow.
I get it.
Yo, but speaking of albums, Lo, I saw you tweeting about this Nas album, King's Disease 2.
Yeah.
Talk to the people about this Nas work. Nas continues to deliver, as a legacy artist, as one of the greatest of all time, delivering at this level with a young producer, Hit Boy, 2 in a row.
I mean, we talked about it, a couple of weeks ago, just what Hit Boy was doing with the Legends and the consistency that these two have developed. And just Hit Boy in general, with his consistency over the last, Lord knows what, 5, 6, 7 years, whatever the case is. But, I just love watching Nas get his flowers. Not to say we never gave Nas his flowers and never praised him as one of the top, if not best MC in the world, but to have this feeling, the butterflies when you listen to, No Phony Love or Sunday Brunch or Brunch on Sundays or Store Run or Moments or The Joint with Lauryn Hill.
Death Row East.
Death Row East. Like, it's just like, come on, man. Like, Nas sounds just perfect. Perfect. And a man that is that age that's still being able to tap in to where he's tapping into, it's like, does he have another one in him? Can we get KD 3? Like, the streak this working on, like, I don't doubt that these guys are right now laying out a blueprint for another one to come at the top of 2022. And this is not me with no insider information. I'm just going off of the work ethic and the quality of what they're doing. So I would not be surprised if they came out with KD 3 in the first quarter of 2022. So
that's a great prediction.
I have a sit down with Nas in the coming up. So I'll make sure to ask him.
Ask him if he was really in Grenada.
Y'all,
what you thought I would have missed? I would have missed my little island shout out on the album. Come on, bro.
Yo, she was like, "Yo, my people got to shout. My people, my people." Oh, we got to shout out Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner. Another baby on the way. I didn't even know they were still in a relationship. But clearly,
no idea.
Clearly they're still, you know what I mean, having some shenanigans, if you will. And look, sometimes those familial moments of sitting around, hanging out with the firstborn, lead to a bottle of wine and a nice evening,
rekindling, if you will.
Is this really how we end the episode? Did anyone else notice the extra bass in Ebro's voice today? How was Summer Jam? You're just gonna not fill us in?
Yeah.
You've been out in the streets.
Y'all were pretty brave for going against Henry. I couldn't do it.
We stood down. Summer Jam here in New York City, for anybody, if you listen around the world, big concert, tri-state area. I've been helping put it together for about 20 years. We do it at a football stadium, so it's probably about anywhere between 50 and 60,000 people. We had about 45,000 people. Yeah, it was a great concert. Meek Mill, Migos, Cardi B came out 7 months pregnant in 6-inch heels in the rain.
Okay.
Is she 7, 8 months pregnant? I don't know, whatever. But she looked excited. She was having a great time with the Migos on stage.
She probably hadn't been out. She probably hadn't been out.
Yeah, nah. Meek Mill, I saw he posted a thing. He was like, "Yo, I ain't performed in 2 years. Thank you, man."
I saw that.
You know, and honestly, that was one of the great things about yesterday. You know, it's outside, so we had like PCR tests, COVID protocols. Everybody came in the building, had to get tested and all that, and the artist did a great job. But you know, Swizz Beatz did a DMX tribute and brought out Lil' Kim, who shook the building. MOP. Fat Joe, Remy Ma, Ronald Isley. The Isley brothers came out, son.
Yeah, I saw that.
The Locks. Speaking of the Locks, that verse that Jada did at Versus from where he dissed.
He did it again last night.
But it's got to a point. What tape was that from? That was from the
That was DJ Green Lantern and DJ Drama.
Right. It was like it was a Gangsta Grillz, Green Lantern, whatever collab.
Yeah.
But anyway, Jada, that verse is now like a hit record, son. The whole crowd, that was a verse from a tape that people like loved, but it wasn't something that we recited line for line.
That came out 11 years ago.
Now they turned he's performing it. The audience know all the lyrics.
I saw
because of the verses and the going viral.
That was, and I guess that's become a pivotal moment in his set now because that was the moment in Versus. It was that specific moment. So anywhere he gets booked, any concert he does, that has to be in the set list because that makes us remember why they won that battle. I mean, amongst other things, but that was a pivotal moment in Versus. So yeah, if I see Jada sometime this fall or in the wintertime, I definitely want to see that verse performed live and direct.
The Baby performed and had an apology little situation he put up there and thanked the audience and apologized for being an idiot and, you know, everything that he'd been through. A Boogie brought out Her, which was, they did a thing.
Pop Smoke's mom too.
Pop Smoke's mom got up there and had words for the audience, and she was glowing, and like the power of seeing a mom that suffered a loss. But then I often think about families who have to relive, when they have a famous loved one that they lose, they have to relive that every time they hear a song or see a celebration. So to see a mother get on stage in front of, 40,000+ people and smile and show love and thanks to that audience, you know what I mean, for supporting her son that she doesn't have, but gets to and has found a way to like have her son still with the community here in New York City and kind of like, support movements against anti-violence and all that other stuff. Like it was beautiful, man. So it was really, really dope, Summer Jam. But yeah, so you feel like my voice right now, I got the extra bass in the voice.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel like that's that weather. That weather just sitting in your throat right now.
It's a sign of a good time, though.
Shout to Rowdy Rebel and Bobby Shmurda. Clearly, they couldn't come in the building smooth, man. It was, you know what I mean? It was much, still getting it.
Too much already.
Man.
I know it.
I know it. Listen, fellas, we gotta figure this out, man. We trying to, you know what I'm saying? We gotta figure this out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let them tell the story about what happened, but we gotta figure it out, man. It's gotta run smoother. It's gotta run smoother, man.
They'll learn. They'll learn one way or another.
But look, Rowdy Rebel and Bobby Shmurda was so thankful and happy to be there and wanted to be on that stage last night so bad. It was really, I've known them dudes since before got crazy and have supported them from early. So to be able to try to help them navigate everything all the baggage that they have to try to get, to a better place. Bobby seems really excited about his album and his music. So it's some good things in store for those young brothers. But yeah, no, everybody was a great show. It was a really dope show. A lot of people showed up. So yeah, Summer Jam 2021. Hopefully we get 2022 and we not back in a pandemic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't even put that out there. Don't even put that out there. We're back.
We're back.
If you could put this on like the way y'all did yesterday, I think next year will be a walk in the park.
Ooh,
yeah, congrats on an amazing show.
We back in the groove, baby. We back in the groove. Yo, for Nadeska and Low, I'm Ebro. That's the Rap Life Review. We'll see y'all next week.